The lies a lot of people hear is, I just need to know how to do this. Just tell me how to do it. I don't need to set any goals. You know, we're too small as a company to have a strategic plan, and I don't need an exit strategy. I mean, I'm not going to want to sell this business or get out of this business for 20 years, so I really don't need an exit strategy right now. Well, let's take the first one. I just need to know how to do this. That's not what's important. The how-to is pretty easy. It's the want-to. You know, if you had Bill Gates walked in the door and said, I'll give you $10 million to train and run an Atlanta Marathon in February and just finish it, that would be want-to. That would be incentive for all of us to go out and run that race. The how-to would be pretty easy. We could go to the internet. There's all kinds of schedules, training schedules on the internet. We could go hire a coach. There's many different ways that we can learn how to run the marathon and be able to run it. But we had to have that want-to, that desire. Without that, unless there's somebody in the room that does run marathons, we don't have the want-to. The same thing's true of your business. You got to really want to make it go. You got to really want to do it. You know, there's a saying about motivation. Motivation lasts a few days. Motive lasts for a lifetime. And that's what the want-to is all about, is having that motive. The next one is, I don't need to set goals. Well, there's a guy named McCormick who wrote a book called What They Didn't Tell You in Harvard Business School. And it's all about setting goals. He found in an extensive study that only 3% of business people in America set goals. And those 3% have 10 times the productivity, 10 times the earning power of those that don't. It's a pretty powerful message. You know, without goals, there's no focus. You can't really plan. You can't set direction for your company. You can't align your company. You can't set priorities. You know, as Yogi said, if you don't know where you're going, you might not get there. So owners and leaders have to set the vision for their company. They have to set their goals, both personally and for the business itself, so that others within the company can do that. You know, I was sitting in my office this last winter. I saw how important it was for small business owners to set goals. And I thought about myself. I spent 30 years in corporate America, and I don't ever remember setting any goals. And it took me a few days to figure out why. I didn't set goals, but people were setting goals for me. The CEO of the company set the goals for me by his vision and via his goals. If I reached those goals that he gave me, I was promoted, I was given more responsibility, I made more money, I had more people working for me. So the leader of the company has to set goals, and those goals then in turn are passed down to the people within the company. So it's very, very important that we all set goals. It also gives us a focus. You know, Phil Knight said, we wanted Nike to be the world's best sports and fitness company. Once you say that, you have a focus. You don't end up making wingtips and sponsoring the next Rolling Stones concert. So for him, setting goals and setting a vision kept the company focused on what they were good at. And I've talked to a lot of small business people that were highly successful, and there's a common trait that always comes out, and it's we focused on our knitting. We focused on what we were good at. We focused on the customer. It was always focus that separated the good from the bad or the not so successful.